everyone. Welcome back. Welcome to the Knitting Posse, episode number 19. Today is Monday, August 17th, and it's been 2 weeks since our last, I was going to say confession.
Was it 2 weeks?
It's been longer than
confession. More than 2 weeks.
2 weeks. And what a crazy 2 weeks it's been. In Connecticut, where we live, we had a terrible storm, actually right after we put our last podcast out. And it was amazing. We were out of power for a week. And that, for us, we're on a well. That means no water, no toilet flushing, no nothing. So some of us have generators at homes that allow that to happen, but it was also really hot out. So we are spoiled people with air conditioning. Thank goodness for that.
Yeah, and some of us have generators that broke because they were running so much.
So it's been a crazy 2 weeks, and I know we're not the only place in the country that's had wild weather lately. So our hats are off to everyone else who's sitting in the dark right now. Hopefully your knitting is keeping you sane and happier. But we're happy to be back podcasting and have our electricity.
Yes.
So, we're going to start off by talking about our make-along that we've been doing on Instagram. We have seen some beautiful shawls. I love them. It's fun to look at them. It's fun to see all the different types of shawls. We're going to continue to do the make-along until August 31st. And we have some great prizes. We're so excited. We got a message from a woman. Her name is Jodi from Flower Hill Fleeces. It's a farm in Pennsylvania. Her name is Jodi Horgan, actually. Flower Farm Fleeces.
Flower underscore hill.
The hill. Okay, we'll put it
underscore
hill.
Yeah.
Now that I butchered it. Anyway, do look on her website. Her farm is beautiful. Kate, I think you mentioned to her we should have a retreat there.
Lorien did.
Oh,
I did. I would pitch a tent and just camp out there. It looks stunning.
So beautiful. And not only that, she was so generous and
oh my gosh,
some yarn. And we're going to talk about that soon. The yarn's beautiful. She is a knitter. She's a spinner. I think I mentioned it's in Pennsylvania. And we're so honored. And it's very thoughtful of her to send it to us. So, Lorien, do you want to show what the prizes are going to be?
Yeah, so you know what we're also really excited about is Jodi has procured a base that none of us are familiar with. And if you know me, I love trying new things. So, so I was really, really excited to see this base, which she calls Egyptian fingering. So we've got 3 prizes. We paired up. She gave us additionally skeins for each of us, which we'll show you after we show you these 3 prizes. We've paired 2 skeins together in this Egyptian fingering. It is a blend of, so Kate's gonna hold it up. So one of the prizes is 2 skeins of lamb's ear is the color. Yeah. And it is a soft green, right? Look kind of like a seafoamy green.
Oh, it's
just like lamb's
so
ear.
Good. It looks so good.
So, but this is really, I thought this was really interesting. So it's 438 yards for 100 grams. It's 50% baby alpaca, 25% silk, and 25% linen. And I have never seen that blend before. Linen is very, very in right now for summer weight sweater designs. And there are some patterns that have even been released. And with the times, some of the dyers are having a hard time getting linen yarn. So we're just really timely to have this prize to give, these prizes to give away with this blend. Jodi and I exchanged some messages, and she said she stumbled upon this base from her wholesaler because she was looking for a linen blend for summer knits, and she's a sucker for alpaca. And she is actually knitting a rocket tee with this base. So we'll talk about, I'm going to be using mine in a sweater as well. So The next set that we have is a pair of skeins in the Amish work pants, which is really this beautiful like midnight navy with a little bit of a purplish
It's like a purpley
color.
yeah. It's very dark here right now. It's raining outside, and so the lighting is not great today, but it's a really cool color.
Yeah, and I want to also say she's given us a stitch marker or the progress keepers to go with each of these prizes as well. So that's just super
So
exciting.
generous. So generous. Yeah.
And then our third prize is again this Egyptian fingering base, and we've got two colors. We've got the blue is called Cayman, and this that's a stronger kind of teal color.
Yes.
And then this is a purpley color called Blackberry. And you can see there are little white flecks. This is not a tweed. This is the linen.
That's the linen.
And it's really interesting to me to see how the base took the dyes with the linen. So
it's really soft. It's not crunchy. It's very soft.
Because it's got silk. It's going to drape just so beautifully. I would recommend a drapey garment for this. Probably not something that needs a lot of structure. So, and then we're going to show what each of us got, and Kate has Laura's pick as well. So Jodi sent us 10 skeins of yarn. Okay, I was floored. I thought it'd be one package. We got two, and so we've each chosen one for each of ourselves. And I chose, again, that Egyptian cotton. My color's more of a cream. It's called Winter Grass. And then Kate has the same base. Hers is more of a charcoal black color.
Yes. It's called Fancy.
Fancy. And then Jodi sent us another base. And we received two skeins in that base, which is her fingering.
Yeah, it is fingering, superwash merino nylon.
Yeah. And it's a 75-25?
75-25.
Right, and so Kim chose a gold color called Honey, and this is Laura's that Kate is holding. That's Blackberry as well, same color
same as
the Egyptian fingering, but look at how differently they take the dye because the fiber content is so different.
Yeah, really.
So we're just feeling very, very appreciative. A lot of gratitude towards Jodi. She is also offering us and our listener subscribers a discount through August 31st until August 31st. It's 20% off your order, and the coupon code at checkout is Posse 20 P-O-S-S-E. It might be a capital P. I'm not sure if it's case sensitive. Go to her website. It is www.flowerhillfleeces.com and check out her gorgeous yarns. She has her own flock. The yarns we're showing you, she also dyes yarn. And so this is yarn that she's dyed. Oh, that's so helpful. Good.
Yes. Thank you.
So, yes.
Vanna.
Thank you to Jodi. Check out her yarn. Check out her website. Again, when she does retreats, if we're ever invited and we want to do a retreat, we want to come do a retreat on your farm.
She may not do retreats, but we're coming for one.
Yeah, we can do a socially distant retreat on your farm. Yeah. We'll post it.
Right? Yeah.
So check her out. Check out her Instagram page. She's a knitter too, and we're really appreciative to have this opportunity. So this, as Kim mentioned, this is an Instagram only at this time Mal make along. It's a shawl make along, and you need to post a picture of your project. I don't even think are we requiring it to be finished? No. Nope. Post a picture of your whips or your FOs under the hashtag Posse Shawl Mal, M-A-L, make along. And I think that's it. We started this. We talked about our bit on our last podcast. We realized after podcast 17 that all of us were in the process of knitting a shawl. And so we said, oh, we should have a make along. So we did that. And with some of the, challenges that some people are experiencing with Ravelry right now, we felt let's just run it on Instagram. We know not everybody's on Instagram, all the Posse, the extended Posse people. So we're learning. Get on Instagram, have a friend post it for you.
Yeah, it's great.
So.
And Laura, do you want to add to that?
I'll talk about, I'm going to throw something else in with each of those 3 gifts, and I'll talk about it under acquisitions.
Okay, good. So come on, you have a couple more days.
Yeah.
August 31st.
31st. Yeah.
Right, and you just have to cast on.
Yeah.
You could win.
It can be this big.
There you go.
Mine's not going to be an FO, I'll tell you that right now.
Okay. All right, let's start with what we have on. And Lorien, why don't you go first?
Great. So I am wearing my Rocket Tee. This is a design by Tanis Lavaleave of Tanis Fiber Arts. Really pleased with it. I've knit it all in Playful Day yarns. You guys know I have a major girl crush on Tara Lynn, the dyer at Playful Day. We've become good buddies. And this was actually the main color is a single skein, and I had a mini skein set. It had 6 colors, but one of the colors was very close or the same possibly to the main color. So I used 5 of the colors. I knit, I want to say it was a 41, I think. I knit 1 size up from you, Kate, because I want it really blousy.
That sounds right.
I pretty much knit it to pattern. The one thing that I did differently, which I'll show you here, is I did a really small I-cord. I did a 2-stitch I-cord edge because I felt like the thicker ones were competing with my stripes. And my yardage, it just fell into place. My yardage worked out to do the stripes and repeat them. I think I repeated each of them twice. Yeah, super happy with it.
Very pretty.
Love it.
Let's see, who's up? Kate, what are you wearing today?
I am wearing something I knit like 2 years ago.
Oh yeah.
It is called A Little Something Extra. It's a little vest. It's by Lana Cunningham. And I knit it, it's very hard to see it again, the lighting is not great. I knit it in Molly Girl yarn. It's called, the color is called No Sleep Till Brooklyn, and it was an exclusive colorway for Woolen in Brooklyn. And I don't know if it was, I got it during the Brooklyn Yarn Crawl 2018. I'm not sure if it was exclusive just for that time or if she still makes it. But the cool thing about this yarn, and someday I'll be cool enough to go somewhere where I can actually see it, because 2 years into it, I still haven't, but it glows in black light. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing. And I
Next time you're at a rave, you
I
can wear
styled it today with my jewel buttons. We've talked about those before.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
very cool.
Yeah, and I put 2 of them in. They're the screw-in closures. It's JUL Designs.
That looks great.
Thank you.
I can't wait to see the picture of you at a nightclub wearing your knitted vest.
With her jewel.
Right? Yeah.
My jewel pin. I'm so cool.
I wore it New Year's Eve. Actually, we went to the Strokes concert at in Brooklyn.
Were there any blue lights?
Cool.
There weren't any black lights.
You're funny, Kate.
So it was just my secret that I would glow.
You're ready. You're ready.
I'm ready.
Exactly.
It's a great piece, but the idea of you in a nightclub wearing your hand knitted vest, it's too funny.
That is so funny. All right, Laura.
Okay.
I see something
Mine just
beautiful on.
glows because it's white. I don't know what it'll do under a black light, but I finished my summer roving top.
Dude, you whipped through that thing.
I have to say, this was possibly a peak knitting experience. First of all, I think I showed it last one, and I was like, I think I was down and I had already joined it, and I realized that it was huge. And I ripped it all out. I went down a needle size and knit the smaller size.
You didn't swatch.
No, but I paid the price.
The horror.
But this is just, first of all, it's in that Sandnes Garn line, which is a cotton and viscose blend. I think there's a little something extra in it. And I think I mentioned in the last one, I saw it on Beth McDonald Stone's Instagram, and I was like, that just looks like fun. And this yarn is just so soft, and because it's so lacy, like I haven't worn my Anker knit summer top yet because it has been really, really hot here. But this has just a very loose, open feel to it, and no sleeves, no major neckline. Like it just, I whipped through it. It was so fun. So
honestly,
fun.
it's one of your best knits.
I love it. I mean, it really, like, I feel like I will reach for this all the time.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
great. You're welcome.
I won't be going clubbing in it, but
you can, maybe the country club. I'm wearing my Anker summer tee by Petite Knits, and again, same yarn as Laura just talked about, the Sandnes Garn line. Yeah, it's linen, cotton, and a little rayon in it.
okay.
And I knit the size large. Let's see if you could. I'm telling you, I love this sweater. Although this is the first day I've worn it because it's been 600 degrees out, but it is comfortable. It is so comfy and cozy, and it washes. It just blocked out beautifully. Looking forward to cooler days that I could wear it. So good choice summer knit this summer.
I love it.
Yeah, I do too. The pattern was I thought it was an easy pattern to follow too. So I love the little design it made, and it looks fancier than what it actually is. It's just a knit and a purl, you know?
Yeah.
So
it's a great piece.
yeah. Let's move on to FOs. So Lorien, what you got
I
going?
finished today. I don't remember if I'd started this last
Should we
time.
go get a drink because it might be long, right?
No, well, I'm gonna put it on because it might show a little bit better on.
Yeah, I don't think you had started this. I don't remember.
No.
I had. So,
No.
so this is the a Simple Hug Cardi by Cozy Up Knits. If you aren't following them or watching their podcast, they're four sisters from Grand Prairie, Alberta, Canada. They are a riot. I love watching them together, right? And they designed some knitwear. So this, you can tell I'm in a stripe phase. Stripe
Like
on stripe.
Picasso.
I'm just gonna say, Patty, I'm making sure my stripes are even. So our friend Pat, who is a knitter satchel, I talk about her all the time, is always said to me, make sure your stripes line up. This is the worsted weight sweater. So when the power went out and the AC went off, this went in a little rest because this is very sheepy wool that I use. I use all scraps, all leftover, well, small skeins, I guess I should say. I started it and I mapped out, I got a little specific about my stripes. I could not just free form the stripes. So my stripes are even. I made sure there's a rotation of colors, all that. It is a wonderful, wonderful beginner cardigan sweater. Very simple construction, really smartly done. I think the hardest thing if you're kind of beginner is doing a 3-needle bind off at the shoulder seams, maybe picking up. Now, I don't like to purl and I like to speed knit. So I steeked it. I put a steek in the front neckband, and I've never done the sleeves. I've never done armhole steeks. So I'm really curious if you're listening, if you're a listener and you have experience with that, because it made my sleeves thick to have the extra yarn from the steek panel. So basically, it's a bottom-up construction. I knit the ribbing. I added 5 stitches for a placket for the front. Once I got to the sleeves, I added 5 stitches on each side for the arms. The steek cut beautifully, and that's because this yarn is farmy for the most part. So the yarn is a mixture, I have my bands here, of Patton's classic wool worsted. This is a Michael's purchase, folks. This is not fancy stuff. This is all wool. Our local Michael's carries it sometimes. It's my favorite thing to buy yarn-wise at Michael's. I included Twist of Fate spinnery. I used that yarn in my Lillet sweater. Twist of Fate, that's a white stripe. This We bought, I want to say we got these at Connecticut Sheep and Wool,
Yeah, I think so.
Cold Goat Farm, and I have the
Yes.
dark brown, the orange, and the tan are from there. And that's in 3 colors. And then the light blue was some leftover from Blue Sky Wool Stock. Oh, you can see what I paid for it. It was a really great sweater. You could block it out a lot longer. I just washed it. I soaked it in my Tough Woolens to make it smell good and soften it up a little bit, but I just lay it flat. I didn't pull it. It's a boxy fit. I knit the size for, I think it was the second size for a 35 chest, bust size. And it was a lot of fun. If you're not following or watching the Cozy Up Knit Ladies, you should, because they're funny.
They're funny, and I love when their family members are like walking in the background and using the microwave. It's fun to see people's lives. So,
Yeah,
Kate,
I really enjoyed that knit. It was a fun knit. It was a quick knit also.
Super. Yeah. You've had some speed knitting going on.
Yeah, I might make another out of fingering singles, like scraps.
Okay. Kate, what are your FOs?
I only have one FO, and one is a very, very almost FO, but I'll talk about it during whips.
Lowercase FO?
Yes. One FO is I made pom-pom party slippers.
Those that came out great.
Yeah, they were really cute. So I ended up making the smallest size, and I didn't make them as long as what the pattern called for. And then I even went over to Lorien's on Sunday morning and borrowed a crochet hook and did a crochet edge around the top of it to tighten it up even more, because I really
Is this for
felt
one
like
of your nieces?
I'm sorry?
Is this for one of your nieces?
No, actually it's for a friend who's having surgery today.
Oh.
So yeah. So I did a crochet edge around it, and then I went to Kim's house and used her pom-pom maker. And then actually, I'll show you in one of my whips. I went to Michael's yesterday to get yarn for one of my whips, and I bought a size J crochet hook and the pom-pom maker because I had a coupon for all of it. So the pom-pom party slippers is by the Wooliers. That's who the pattern is by.
And the picture makes them look really tiny, but they stretch out a lot.
They stretch out a lot, which is why I didn't make them the whole length. And the yarn that I used was the We Are Knitters, the petite wool, and my color was spotted black. So,
she's gonna love them.
Edge gave it a really nice finish too.
I gave them to her yesterday, and I said, please don't fall in them because they're not non-skid.
That's all you need, right?
No, right? So,
funny.
Yeah, so she said she wasn't going to bring them to the hospital because she felt like the hospital was too
yeah, save them for home when she's resting.
Yeah, and I said save them for home while you're lying on the couch.
She could stare at her pom-poms.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So that's my only FO.
Okay. Laura, what you got?
I finished something. After I finished this, I decided that I had a bunch of little things that I had to get done, and I had started this. This is the Japanese folded tote. It was a kit that Espace Tricot had with a beautiful jewel design handle. You can knit a handle, obviously, but I really want to finish this because I'm giving this to as a gift to somebody whose birthday is at the end of August, and I was like, I got to get this finished. So
it looks great
through that. It's like a good, it's actually bigger than I thought. It's but it would be like a great market bag, or if you went to like a, I don't know, it's just cute.
It's cute.
Fun. So yeah, I'm excited, and I just wanted to get it finished. And I also redid the neckline of that sweater that I was wearing last time, which I'm totally
this one?
No, the maroon one. I'm totally
right.
The linen one that I did in the Kestrel. I'm totally blanking on the name of it, but I redid that neckline, and it's much, much better. I bumped down 2 needle sizes and just redid it and cast off, not tightly, but more snugly so that it wouldn't stretch, and it's much better. So
for you for doing it like right now and getting it done, because otherwise You wouldn't, right?
I know, and I actually, instead of having it up in my closet, I put it on the table where I knit, and I was like, I just had to like
Staring at you.
exactly, because honestly, like when I'm finished with something, I'm kind of finished with it, and
Me too.
and I sometimes it just doesn't take that long to go back and fix something. Like on this sweater, I knit the it's just a garter stitch hem, and I knit it in the same size, and it was like totally flaring out, and I was like, do it right now, change it, undo it, and I went down a needle size. But if I don't, I just tend to be like, ugh, I'm on to the next thing. So it's terrible. But anyway, so I'm
Well, it's good to get those projects done.
yeah, I'm
Feels
happy.
good.
Right,
Yeah.
Kim, are
So-
you okay out
I
there?
know, I'm not- Sorry,
It's-
there's
it's-
thunder and lightning, and I'm outside on our back deck. So if I keel over,
You're
Call
on a
911.
covered porch. You're gonna.
I
be
am on.
fine.
It's like another room out here. So
That was a big one.
it was a big
Oh.
one. I had my
I didn't
earpods
hear it.
in.
I didn't
No,
hear
you
it.
didn't. It's
No.
headed over
It's on
there.
your side of town.
Yeah.
Lorien and I
Exactly.
live on the other side.
I
of town
have it. It was raining by you guys, by
It's pouring here.
yeah, it's
right now. Yeah.
it's not so much. Yeah, it is. It wasn't when
Yeah.
when it started by you though. But we're
Anyway,
not that
sorry.
far apart. So,
I know. We acted like our town is huge.
yeah.
So my Laura, that's it, right? Which is plenty. That's good. My FO is my shawl. Yay.
So pretty.
Yeah. Breathe and Hope by Casapinka. And I used Emma's yarns, and which I purchased through Four Pearls in Winter Haven, Florida. I can't believe they sell yarn in Florida. But this was such a fun project to do. 2 skeins. Casapinka's pattern was so easy to follow, and I loved the changes in it. Like I would get bored right about here, and thank goodness something else started here, and then I couldn't wait to start the next section. It's perfect for my ADD. It was like, okay, good, just in time. But this blocked out beautifully, and it's going in the mail tomorrow for a friend of mine, and it smells good. I hope she likes it. But my sister saw it today. I took my sister out for lunch for her birthday, and she's like, I saw on Instagram you that's for a friend, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, that's not for you. But you could have whatever you want for lunch today. I'll buy. Sorry, I got the hint. She loved it. So Robin might get one next.
Christmas.
But yeah, Christmas, exactly. That's it for FO for me. I think we're on to whips. So Lorien, what do you have?
So I figured out what I was going to use my stress knits yarns for. Well, I was debating. And I'm knitting a pink velvet sweater.
So
The
good.
bottom's really rolling here, but that's the yoke. I'm knitting a pink velvet sweater. This is by Andrea Mowry. The yarns I'm using, the rust color is by Stacy of Stress Knits on her favorite base, and the color is called Rust Belt. I fell in love with this color, and I knew I needed to make something with it. That was basically the inspiration. The top part is knit in Surrey, and I won an Instagram giveaway from Iris of Yarn Habits. And this is her Surrey Habits base. So I won this last fall, along with a couple of other skeins. The colorway, now I want to get it right, so I'm going to read it. BMYSIE 2019. I don't know what it stands for, but it is a Surrey Silk Cloud, 74% baby Surrey alpaca, and then 26% silk. And it's
Is it a
more fingering.
Oh, okay.
It's really more of a lace weight because it's a 50-gram skein is 328 yards.
Okay.
So I ended up holding that double. But I think the whole idea with this pattern is the texture. And so it's a little bit thicker. I will say, for those of you who want to knit it, I ended up needing to make my main color when I did the color work, the rust. Otherwise, it was getting lost in the texture of the thickness and fluff of the Surrey.
Okay.
So I started the other way
Held it in your
around.
right hand. You held the rust in your right hand.
Yes, I'm also a continental knitter though. So that's my dominant.
Right.
No, I held the rest in my left hand because
Okay.
I'm a continental knitter. That's
Wait.
my dominant.
So you made the rust the dominant color.
Correct, which I
Okay.
would not have expected given the, light dark, but I need it.
With the
I couldn't
poof,
see
you
the
needed
rest.
that.
But it's the thick,
Yeah.
it's the dimension, the thickness.
Right.
Yes, yeah.
I am, now that I'm on the body, which is just straight down, I'm going to lengthen the body. It's cropped, I don't remember what, but I need a 12 to 14 inch body length, torso. I have enough yarn to knit longer sleeves. It's a 3/4 sleeve, but I'm really struggling with my helical knitting. For some reason, it is not going, when I switch to the second yarn, it's creating like a bump. And I think Linda For the Knit of It, is that, yes,
Yeah.
talked about that in something she knit. So in one of her more recent episodes. So I'm trying to leave more stitches between when I switch from one skein to the other. I really need to helical knit this because one skein I bought separately and it came from a different batch of dye and it just has it's lighter. It's the same color, but the value of it is lighter. So so I have to see if that works. Usually I'm not really bothered by small things. This is bothering me. It's a very fine gauge. So, but I'm really happy with how it's coming out. This is my Rhinebeck sweater. Not going to Rhinebeck,
Oh.
but my would have
Yes,
been.
we
Rhinebeck
are.
sweater.
We're gonna go.
Yeah, we're going. It's-
We're going.
Yeah, this would be my long sleeve Rhinebeck sweater. So yeah, that's my whip. And I still have my monogamy blanket, but there's nothing to show.
The year's not over.
Yeah.
The year is not over, but I'm feeling good. Like September is almost here, and
Wow.
I can see the light at the end of this tunnel.
I'm dreaming of fall sweaters already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a little smell in the air today and last night, and it's like that
It's
little
chilly.
back to school smell. Yeah. So Kate, I know. What's your whip?
Okay, I actually have a few whips. So my first whip is my Venezia shawl. I did do a little more work on it since last time. This is actually what I knit on during the blackout. We actually took off for Boston because we don't have a generator. We don't have, as Kim said, when there's no power, there's no running water. And we actually live in a cellular dead zone in our town. So we had no like phone or
Nothing.
internet. We had nothing. So we left.
Smart.
So anyway, I took this with me. I was in a little bit of a knitting rut and I like it. I love the pattern. There's just something about the color that I'm still not crazy about. And I don't know, we'll see when it's done. So I'm almost halfway there. And so that is whip number one. And this yarn is the Ching Fibers. And it's called Soft Gray. It's a superwash merino. And then my second whip is here behind me. And it is my Circlip Shrug. It's basically done. I need to seam the sides. And
Wow. It's a piece of art.
back.
Gosh.
I'm actually sad it's over. I loved knitting it. I
I
loved
might
it.
have to make one.
I loved the yarn. The only thing that gave me trouble was, so I finished it like the day before the lights went out. And I saved the last row. You do something called like a super tubular bind off, which I've never done before. And I saved the last row for the next night because I was getting tired. And then the lights went out. So this was on hiatus for a long time. And I got back to it last week when we got back. And I tried the directions for the super tubular bind off. And it just wasn't looking nice. It wasn't looking the same as the cast on. I did it 4 times and ripped it out. So I just ended up doing a regular tubular bind off, and it's close enough to what the front is. And it looks nice and it's hanging nice. So I think
So
I'm just going to leave it.
You know, Kate, I don't think anybody's going to walk by you and be like, oh my God, her bind
Well,
off
now
is
they
different
will
than the
because I
front."
just told everybody.
Oh,
they
how
do,
embarrassing.
So what I find interesting is because when you started knitting this, I watched the Mayak episode with Nora Garne, and
Yeah.
I knew who she was, but it was a really good interview. I love that series. If anyone
Wasn't it good? Yeah.
Mayak, Paola, I can't remember her last name, is doing these episodes where she just interviews really good designers, and that pattern initially was in a making magazine issue that was called Dots. And she
right.
that, so those the holes, the frills were for the dot theme. Yeah, and it's just spectacular.
It was a really fun knit. It was a really fun knit. So I actually, I was going to block it and then seam it, but I think I might seam it and then block it. The edges are not twisting at all, and the stitches are very well defined right now. And
I know, I love them that way.
They might poof up, and I might lose the definition a little bit. So
yeah, but if you can block it flat right now, though, not, you know what I mean? That would be the only disadvantage, because once you sew it, then you're blocking it on top of each other. Whereas right now, can't you lay that flat? No.
Yeah. I think I'm good.
Beautiful. I cannot wait to see that on you. I know it'll be like January by the time you put that on your body. See it.
Exactly. If you're gonna knit a cable pattern, she's known for her cables.
Look at that. It really is a work of art.
I love it.
It really is. It's really beautiful.
So I think that's why I was in a little bit of a funk when the lights went out, because I had the Venezia shawl. I'm not loving the color. I like the pattern, and I was done with this, and I didn't want to be done with this. So
it's like when a good book is done.
Yeah. So I don't know. And then I have one more whip, actually, which I just started yesterday. I went to Michael's and bought some loops and thread, impeccable yarn, 100% acrylic, $2.99, I think it was on sale. And I am making golf club head covers for Rick.
Oh, cute.
Nice.
So he went to Wake Forest. He did not play golf for Wake Forest, but he went to Wake Forest. So he wanted the Wake Forest colors, and he wanted it in stripes. And
those are great.
I found a free pattern on Ravelry, and
he's a lucky guy.
He's a lucky guy.
Fairly knit-worthy.
Yeah. So this is the pattern I'm using. These are knit flat. I'm doing it magic loop because I don't need to seam this. I have enough seaming to do.
Exactly. He's not that knit worthy. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and thank you, actually, by the way, I've totally forgotten because it was so long ago, but last time I asked for pattern ideas for the Harrisville nightshades, and I got so many ideas. So thank you. On my Ravelry page, I have in my favorites folder, sweater ideas for Rich folder. So if anybody is looking for a sweater to knit for a husband or a brother or a son or
a male
any man in your life, or for yourself if you're knitting for yourself,
right?
Then take a look
checking
there.
those out too. People were really, I know.
Oh my God, it was fabulous.
It's so amazing that you throw something like that out, and then people are like, "What about this? What about this?" And it was awesome.
There were so many cool patterns, and it was fun. I'm so glad that the power didn't go out until people were mostly done, like with their suggestions, because I was going through it and I was like in the YouTube on the comments section, and then I'd bounce over to Ravelry and go look up the pattern, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that one. Add it to my favorites, put it in Rich's folder. So it was really fun. So thank you, everybody that commented. And again, if anybody needs any ideas, actually, if you can't get on to Ravelry, if that's a problem for you, then just direct message us or put a comment underneath for YouTube, and maybe I can put the list somewhere else for you, or I can email it to you or something.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
So.
All right, Laura, whips for you.
Quick, I can't remember. I started this a while ago. This is it's Lisa from Espace Tricot. It's a lace weight shawl that has, hopefully you can just see, it's like most
a little ruffle.
Well, no, that's fringe, but it's hard to see. That's because hers light. But anyway, I started this a while ago. here's my problem. I love this, but it's lace weight. It's like that, what's the one that you're knitting that I knit in pink? The long Amber O'Brien one. I'm totally
Oh, yeah.
I want all lace weight shawls and all like fingering sweaters, but they take so long.
Like Jodi from the Grocery Girl said they call it fingering for a reason, because
anyway, so because we're having our shawl make along, it's like I got to go back to the shawl and put some time into this, but I'm already swatching for my next sweater. And
good girl.
it's the kind of thing I can pick up and put down, and you know, it'll take a while, but I want it. I want it to be done. I just don't want to actually have to do all the work.
A lot of work. You've got time on your side here.
Yeah.
So, okay. Is that it, Laura?
Yeah.
Okay. I have two whips. One is the spring thing, again by Lisa from Espace Tricot, and I'm sticking with my shawl theme. Now, I just like to have one type of knit that I can just pick up anytime, watch TV, be somewhere, you know, waiting for an appointment or something, that I just, it's my equivalent to sock knitting without having a sock. So Laura and I took a little road trip, and we went up to Star Hollow Yarns. What was that? Like 2 weeks before the storm, clearly.
Yep.
And I was up there looking for a yarn for a sweater, but didn't find it, but knew I wanted to make this too. And we were so bummed. We got up there in the store. You couldn't go in the store, but they were so nice. They bring stuff out to you, and it kept coming out on trays. And I gave her ideas of what I wanted, and it was kind of fun. It was kind of fun, but I can't wait to actually get in there. Yeah, it was, she did a nice job. So I picked up some Farmer's Daughter fiber and the Foxy Lady, and I started my spring thing. And okay, so if you need a gift knit, can you see? Yeah, if you need a gift knit, a one skein project, a beginner knit, holy cow, this thing is easy. So
are you gonna weigh it to know when you're halfway through?
No, I don't have to.
Oh, you don't?
It has a number of stitches that you have to have.
Got it.
So that's, you know, you could do that too.
Okay, but do you have to pick up stitches all the way around the edge at the end?
Okay, so that maybe I will.
Like,
right now it's
give that to my beginners.
I might have to go back up to Star Hollow and have them do it, but it's really pretty yarn. It's
beautiful.
Their yarns are beautiful. And so this will come with a little extra fringe, and I'll find a contrasting yarn to go with it.
Well,
actually, Laura picked one out while we were up there for a project she had, and
well,
I conveniently talked her into color that I might need. So
that's
a friend.
My next shawl is
there's the fringe on it.
So it's really sort of a triangle that, or you know, it gets bigger, and then when you're sort of halfway, you then just decrease, and then the fun is that accent all around with a little bit of.
Is that fun? I hope it's fun.
It's the part that makes it look special.
It'll be fun.
I'm not saying it'll be
Thank
fun
you.
too, but it'll make it.
But a good design should really make it so that the edge is easy to pick up, right?
Yeah, and I can see it already that it is. It's clearly defined there. Yeah.
So you know what's interesting is Lisa, again, she designed this, and if you can see, you attach a fringe and there's a yarn over.
Yeah.
So and that's just attaching a fringe, but like she accounted for that, and you're just gonna, you know, loop through with the crochet hook and add a little fringe.
Yeah. So she knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
The other thing I cast on is, so I feel like I saved money without paying for electricity for the past week. So
are they giving you a refund?
Yeah, no, but that was I just justified it right there. We left town and we went up to Vermont, and we happened to pass Webb's on the highway. So we got off, and with my money I saved from electricity, I bought some yarn. And I cast on the Aldous, the Isabel Kramer. I think I'm saying it right, Aldous?
Yeah.
Which I think it's a British name or something, person's name. And I picked up Kelbourne woolen. Oops, nope, that's not what I picked up. The Fiber Company, Arranmore Light, and it's right here. The color, I wish you could see this, is awesome. There's like flecks of greens in there, and
I love yarn like that. Like with
me too. Every time I come around, I'm like, oh my God, there's like green in there, there's purple, there's pink, and what a fun knit this is.
So fun.
She's such a great designer, Isabel Kramer. I don't know if I said that, but the way the shoulders are forming is amazing. Oh, I see your friend. Hi. This is I'm about to split off for the sleeves, and I'm still not done with the skein of yarn. Like, this was a big yardage. Let me see. Let me come over here. This was the Fiber Company. Very little glare on it, and it is 328 yards, but it's Aran weight, so it's
no, it's
sport. Thank you. Right, it's sport weight, and so it sometimes feels as thin as fingering.
Yeah,
but,
close.
Yeah, close enough. Loving the pattern, loving the way this is going to come out. I think this is going to be a winter staple, fall winter staple. So I just had to. I had to do it. I know. Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
I can't wait to get my sweater box out and get mine.
Right, and start going through what you have. So that's it for my whips. And of course I have a few that are, from the past, but they'll come out someday. Are we on to acquisitions? Oh boy. Okay. Lorien.
So I won a couple of things on Instagram,
Lucky.
giveaways, which was fun. So the first was a giveaway that was run by, her handle is knit_in_DK. And one of the things I actually love about her description, I think her name's Florence, on Ravelry, she goes by Entropie, ENTROPIE. And she had 100 followers. She's doing a giveaway. So go follow her. And I think the DK might stand for two things, because I'm pretty sure she lives in Denmark, but she's French, if I got the flags on her profile correctly. But she says she's an engineer, a knitter, an immigrant, wife, mother, enthusiastic baker, tall. I just love that she put tall in her profile. So she did. She was giving away a couple of things. I won the third prize, which was a free pattern for myself and someone I tagged. And I tagged someone, a different friend. So I tagged, the pattern I chose is the northeasterly blanket, which will be my next blanket after this year. And that leads to one of my other acquisitions, which I love somebody else's project. Someday I'll talk about it when I actually start knitting it, but I needed minis. I needed minis. These minis will not go in my square a day blanket. Really have been interested in trying yarn from Celeste of Sweet Nesting. She does custom dyes only. So I ordered 7 fingering weight mini skeins. She just goes with it, at least with the minis. You just tell her, I said no aqua. She does beautiful, stunning pastels and bright pinks and blues and purples and greens. And this was what she sent me. And these are gonna sit. They're gonna get put away for a bit. They will be in this northeasterly blanket with a lot of white. So I'm excited because that may be a 2021 project. It's nice to have something you can actually plan and count on in the future beyond 2 weeks right now. And then the last acquisition was another Instagram giveaway that I won. This is by 5, can you see that? 5 owls.
Wise owls.
5 wise owls by Julia, which is cool. She spells her name with an H at the end, Juliah. She has an Etsy shop. We'll put it in the show notes because I don't know if you can see that. And I won a set of stitch markers that were a techie theme. So one is like a circuit.
That's so funny.
Another one is actually they're all Progress Keepers, but I think that's another like Circuit. My son is kind of a techie.
I was just thinking, too bad Drew doesn't knit.
I know. Well, he saw them and he was helping me identify all the pieces. This one is a little bit, it's not sharp, but it has a
comb.
Yeah, it looks like it. It's some piece of technical
Yeah.
stuff. And then this is the last one. So definitely check out Julia. That was just really kind of a fun enhancement to my stitch markers. So yeah. And then I acquired the pattern for what I'm going to use my this for, and I have the other yarn coming tomorrow. So we'll talk about it next time.
Okay, Kate, any acquisitions?
I did have an acquisition. So
Besides Michael's?
The what?
Besides Michael's?
Yes, besides Michael's. So yeah, so I bought the yarn from Michael's, but I also, like I said, I bought the pom-pom maker set, the Clover pom-pom maker set, and a size J crochet hook, so I can make more of those slippers and crochet the edges, because it actually did make a nice edge on it. So anyway, but way back in April, I pre-ordered.
Oh, I forgot about this.
Again? You just saw it
Again, I know.
I pre-ordered a skein from Lola Bean Yarn Co. And she was doing, I believe it was a fundraiser for what, I can't remember. But I ordered a skein of the City So Nice, they named it twice, in her bulky weight.
Oh my God.
So
I know, look
cute.
at that.
Wow.
So that is going to become a really fun hat.
With a great pom-pom, I hope.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So actually, bulky weight hat patterns. Ready? Everybody go. Down in the comments, please.
That's gonna be fabulous. What a great color.
It's so soft. It's let's see, 100% superwash merino. But it's really
very soft.
squishy. And it was such a nice surprise. Like, again, because I had forgotten I had ordered it and it just came the other day. So
it's great getting old. I keep getting surprised over and over again. Like, I forgot.
Yeah. So that is my acquisition.
Really pretty.
Yeah. I'm excited about it.
Laura, you have some stuff.
Okay, I'm going to tell you a really quick story. I was very fortunate to spend last Christmas, it seems like a million years ago,
I know.
in Amsterdam. And of course, right, what do we all do? First thing is you got to go
Space
to some
cakes?
cool,
Oh.
what?
Space cakes? Was No.
No, I didn't go clubbing in my glow-in-the-dark dress. I went to Stephen and Penelope and loved it and bought some yarn there, which one day I'm going to make a shawl, Stephen West shawl. But the day after Christmas, I think we were leaving. Oh, and the floops, yeah. So the day after Christmas, we were leaving and my kids were still asleep. We were, whatever. Des and I, my husband and I we're walking down the street and I see this woman. And what I notice is she's wearing the dotted rays in this bright, beautiful, like aqua blue. And I used to be shy, like when I was younger. I'm not anymore. And I was like, oh, like, cause we're in Amsterdam and she's wearing a Stephen West shawl. Like I'm going for it. So I started talking to her. And then it turns out she opened up her coat and she had a different sweater on. I didn't even notice her hat was like a Fair Isle. She had knitted socks on. She was wearing all the knitted things. And this one was so lovely and energetic. So my husband likes to, I'm going to say embarrass me, but,
He's proud. He's proud.
I know, but he's like, oh, do you know that my wife has a podcast? And it turns out she pulled out on her phone. She was a subscriber. So anyway, we started following each other. She's awesome. I'm going to tell you right now, her on Instagram, it's Anya Lulu, ANYALULU. And I didn't realize at the time, she's a prolific knitter. I would put her up against Lorien as far as she just cranks stuff out.
Is she Anya Lulu 22?
Yes, on Instagram. Sorry. Yes.
22.
Yes, sorry. Yeah. So anyway, I noticed recently, I didn't know that she makes bags, and she did this post. Her bag company is called the Urban Stitcher, and she posted this,
Ooh.
and I direct messaged her. It's got a little cinch. It's got beautiful handles. I just was like, oh my God, I love that. And I thought, I'm going to support this woman, right? So I ordered it. I DM'd her and whatever, and she sent it to me. I got it really quickly, like within a week. And I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, she's from the UK. She and her husband or partner or whatever were also in Amsterdam visiting. And she's like, oh, and I threw in a little extra special treat for you. And this bag was not crazy expensive by any means. So she added 3 sock sacks that are all sort of variations on a theme. And so we're going to include this as a prize with this 2 skeins of yarn each for the shawl make along. But how sweet was that?
So generous.
Yeah.
So
They're beautiful too.
Yeah. And she does a lot of different things. Like sometimes people do like a certain type of bag. She does a lot of different stuff, but I love that. And I needed a new bag. Like I needed a hole in the head, but when I saw it, I was like, I have to have that.
Laura, what's the inside of the bag? Any pockets?
Oh yeah, pockets. I mean, it's a little bit like the fringe field bag. Is that what it's
Yeah.
called? It's a little bit like that. It's got pockets. I know it's hard to see. It's hard to show.
No, that's good.
It's got pockets, but I love the way it kind of cinches up to carry. I just loved it. I just thought it was I loved the fabric. I just thought it was really beautiful, and I am very excited, and she's awesome. And so this was just such a nice little bonus, and
that was so generous of her. Thank you.
Unbelievable. Like I said, the bag, I forget what it was, but it wasn't crazy expensive, like to begin with. And she threw in 3 extra socks.
That's so thoughtful. Thank you.
Definitely want to share that with our Posse friends and whoever, for the winning the random draw for our shawl make along. So
yeah, so all you
that's
people
great.
that aren't on Instagram, now you're getting yarn
be
plus a project bag. Like hop
And a
on
set
there.
of steak knives.
Get your kids, get your grandkids, get on that Instagram.
Laura, the bags that are for the prize, they have a drawstring and a handle. Is that right?
it's a sock
Just a
sock, so
drawstring.
you can
Oh,
walk around knitting your sock.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
so
cute.
cute.
So
They're
cute.
beautiful. They're really nice.
wow.
Yeah, she called them sock sacks. No, there's no, and they, they open up like,
Yeah,
no,
they're a
So
good
they have a
size.
flat bottom. That's
flat
nice.
bottom, so you can stand it up. No inside pocket, but for a pair of socks.
Yeah,
Pair
they're
of
a good
socks.
size.
Great. Love
That's
it.
nice.
So,
Yay.
so nice. So
Thank
cool.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, people, buckle up.
Oh,
I'm stashing up 2020. I know. So I went to Webb's, like I said, and I bought the fiber company Arranmore Light, but I also bought the Scout. I know.
yeah.
I'm a sucker for this color. I don't even know if it looks good on me, but I don't care. It's it's the honey. What is it called? Sunflower heather, and I bought enough for a sweater quantity, and I'm thinking I'm gonna knit Beth McDonald Stone's Falling Leaves.
ooh,
Is
nice.
it Falling Leaves, Kate, or
Hanging leaves or falling leaves?
Fresh-
Hanging or
something?
falling?
Hanging leaves? It's hanging leaves. And
Sorry, Beth.
I don't know, hanging, falling. Marilisa from Yarn Meets Girl, who is so freaking funny. I
Yeah.
wish I lived closer to her because she cracks me up.
Yes.
It's
She
Girl
knit-
Meets Yarn.
Thank you, girl. What did I say? Yarn Meets Girl? Yep.
Yeah, close
What
enough.
up?
But if you want to find her, look up the other one.
She knit the same sweater in that color, and I love it. I thought it looked so pretty. So it's there. It's on the back burner for someday to do. So that was one purchase. Back up at Star Hollow with Laura, I bought just the Lopi, and I'm going to do the rug. I've wanted to do it. It's been in my queue for a while, and I know it's going to be, this is a woolly wool, but it's more of an outer layer for me. So I'm not looking, Vermont, just, going to football games that don't happen anymore, things like that. So
I'll just
I'm
walk
excited
outside
to
with
get
you if you want to wear it.
exactly. We'll do something. So that was a few purchases, and then this is so silly. I've been wanting.
Just
Oh,
rewind
thanks.
a little bit, but it took me that long to find it. But there it is. It's hanging leaves.
Yeah, hanging leaves.
Wow. That's
And yeah,
Isn't that
I love
great?
the color on it.
Yeah.
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 Beth's becoming quite the designer. She's got some
Who, Beth?
really nice designs.
She
See
does.
the dress? Is it the dress? Caitlin Hunter's dress she's making right now with the
She made a
skirt.
dress.
Yeah, it's like a tunic or a
Oh my gosh, she's gonna look fabulous in it too because she's so tall and long and and fit. So I went up to Star Hollow. I really my next sweater is probably going to be the no frills sweater by Petite Knit. I've been talking about this sweater since I started knitting 4 years ago or whatever it's been. I know Kate's sick of hearing it. So I have found a woman on Instagram. She's from Sweden, and I love her. Oh shoot, that's going to be blown out. Can you see that a little bit?
Little bit.
All right, it's just very plain. She does not have a Ravelry page that I can find. I've been trying to look for it. But in her description on Instagram, she put down what it was. And it was rosy green wool. And it's just the natural base. And her mohair that she put with it is the Viola of the moon. And rookie mistake shopping, ding-a-ling. I got it. I found the color. It was Moon Rock. So that together makes just a plain, very.
Do you want to say hi?
No, okay.
Hi, Todd.
That was my husband. I don't know if you saw the beard, Corona beard. 5 months, no haircut. This is the man who used to cut his hair religiously every like 2 or 3 weeks.
He's
I'm
embracing
like,
it.
it's time to trim it. It's like fuzzy and long.
Is there food stuck in it or anything?
Sorry to interrupt. I was just telling him he needed to go pick up our daughter.
So anyway, Violet and Moon, and it's the Moon Rock color, and it really has some soft pinks in it and browns and grays and all of it's very subtle, we'll say. My mistake is that I ordered minis, ding-a-ling, instead of, I kept wondering, I'm like, this is a great price. Well, now I know why, because it's just a little bit of yardage. So I have to, she's luckily doing a shop update on, I believe, August 31st. And I'm going to have to go back on and buy more mohair from her, which is a bummer because that's okay. I won't be ready for that sweater by then anyway.
Is
Color.
that it, Kim?
Oh yeah, Kate, how'd you pull that up so clear?
Well, I was hoping that was the right sweater. I had to scroll back a while.
Yeah, I know. This woman on Instagram, I don't even know. I think her name is Ellen, but she has 2 favorite colors, and it's like all white sweaters, Lorien, which you'd love, and more of a rusty color like the stress knits. So, but everything she knits is beautiful. So it looks funny. You wouldn't think they would go together, but I'm trusting that she wrote the right thing down on her Instagram. So yeah, that was it. That's what happens when the power goes out, people.
There you go.
So anything else that anybody wants to share? God bless.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
No.
No,
I think that's it.
we're good. But so get your shawls going and stick them on our Instagram page. Our hashtag is, what was it? Posse shawl MAL.
Hashtag Posse shawl MAL.
Yeah, and let us know if you're knitting a Rhinebeck sweater, what it is.
Yeah.
I'm knitting 2. I'm knitting a short sleeve and a long sleeve because we know Rhinebeck can be very unpredictable weather-wise. So
We don't live too far. We've mentioned we're going. The 4 of us are driving up there. We're gonna just pretend that there's something going on.
There could be a bunch of people doing that, though, don't you?
Maybe.
Maybe we can get the Knitters League and the Needles Up guys.
Oh yeah.
Needles at the ready. Is that what they're?
Needles at the ready. Yeah. That's a great idea.
Connecticut caravan.
Desperate for a festival.
That would be
right.
Really fun.
Yeah.
Kevin and
so
Ray. Yep.
Anyway, thanks for watching, and hope you subscribe and thumbs up and check out. We'll put show notes down below with our Instagram handles and Ravelry page info. and the make along stuff.
Yes.
So we will pick that on August
31st.
31st.
Yep.
And you've got some nice prizes coming along. So
Yeah, check out Flower Hill Fleeces, definitely.
yeah,
Yeah.
thank
That's a
you.
good
That
discount.
it is 20% off your whole order. So
Yeah.
that's great. Very generous. Very generous. So all right, good to see you
Thanks,
all.
everybody.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.